I'm Tabby. I like to make recycled art, and today I'm turning a pickle jar into a Studio Ghibli theme jar. It's going to be Totoro holding a tree spirit and a soot sprite. I start off with a very large pickle jar, and I take a thick gauge wire. I don't actually know the specific gauge of this wire, and I measure it out to make approximate arm lengths for what I have envisioned for this pose. Here's my reference picture, and I use masking tape to tape it on. I love Scotch Brand. And here I use Ultralight Sculpey to bulk it out. It just gives a smoother finish than using tinfoil, which would also work. It just takes longer to smooth out after you add the top layer of Sculpey. Here it starts looking like Totoro's body a little bit, and I take the lid and I add some bacon bond and more ultralight over it to dome it up like the shape of Totoro's head. I didn't get video of it, but I also stuck wire in it for his ears. Here I'm building up the bottom more with some tinfoil and masking tape, and I'm essentially making legs because it's a lot narrower than the actual jar shape. I need to make it smaller and thinner, and I go over it with some ultralight to make it smooth and cohesive. I add a little bit more ultralight in certain areas to finish up the shape of them, and then I bake it in the oven at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. Now I'm going over with sheets of Super Sculpey after I cover the ultralight with some more bacon bond, and this way it doesn't bubble and crack in the oven when it bakes. I smooth it over as much as possible, and I smooth and cut until I get a good nice dome shape. I do the same thing with the body, and I use bacon bond so it'll stick, and I use sheets of clay, and I go over it until the entire thing is covered in Super Sculpey. After I add the last sheet of Super Sculpey on the body and I smooth and make everything nice, I go back in with the lid and I add some Cosclay onto those wires to create ears for our Totoro. And I cut in some notches to make that fuzzy type thing at the base of the ear. You can't see that I've already pre-sculpted some details on the face, but here I am going in with the ball stylus, and you can kind of see that. And I'm getting the general face shapes here. I'm going in with little Cosclay balls for his whiskers. Then I will add varying sizes of wires as the whiskers. I smooth it all out and make it look nice. Here I'm taking little snakes of Cosclay and that I'm pre-baking to make claws. Here I'm making the tree spirit. I've already made the torso and the arms. Here I'm attaching the legs. It's all pretty general shaped, nothing too detailed. I use a little piece of wire and some bacon bond to attach the head to the body, and then I go in with a ball stylus and I make little facial features, which are basically just circles in the face. He's a cutie! This is the arm that I plan on holding the tree spirit and the soot sprite, so I make the little palm pad and I take my bacon bond and I attach my pre-baked little claws one by one. I think they look so cute. I drill a hole in the bottom of my tree spirit because I did not add one before I baked it, so that I can put it on the wire that holds it on top of the arm. Here I am videoing myself attaching this small mushroom that I actually ended up scrapping and making an entirely new larger one that looked a lot better proportionally, like the original umbrella in the reference photo. Before I scrapped it, I added the palm pad and the claws, which I did not video when I redid it, so this is what I got. Here you can't see it, but I'm going in with my needle tool and making the fur texture on his belly. And I go in with a small little ball stylus tip and I make out those little shapes on his chest. After I'm done with the details, I bake it in the oven at 275 degrees Fahrenheit again for an hour, and I go in with a white primer for all the lighter areas. I go straight in with some red paint for the Amanita mushroom. I jump around and I go in with some black for my little sprite, and I go back in for my white dots on my mushroom. Now I go in and I give my soot sprite and my tree spirit some finer details. I paint most of Totoro the brownish gray. I paint his belly the yellowy brown. It's a little pedicure. Now I'm getting into the fine black lines for the details of the sculpture. Initially I did a yellow wash on the underside of the mushroom, which I did not like, and redid purple. I'm pretty happy with how this jar turned out. I didn't get a picture of the tree spirit glowing in the dark, but it is painted with glow-in-the-dark paint. My friend really likes it, and that's really what matters. I do plan on doing some more Studio Ghibli art in the future. If you want to support me, please like, subscribe, and if you want to buy art from me, I have an Etsy and a website link below. Thank you.